What if the voice you've been listening to your whole life wasn't actually you? What if your awareness, the part of you that sees, feels, decides, wasn't living where it was meant to be? Because the moment I realized that for myself, everything changed. For most of my life, I thought I was my thoughts, that voice in my head, the one that planned everything, narrated everything, that judged everything. It was constant, loud, inescapable. And because it never stopped talking, I assumed that must be me in there. But it wasn't. My real awareness, it wasn't gone, it was just waiting quietly until the moment that I could finally hear it. And when it spoke, it wasn't with incessant chatter. It was with absolute clarity, like lightning cutting through fog. Quick question. If you had to describe where your awareness lives physically, in your body, where would that be? Drop a comment. I'd love to know. So it's a normal morning. I'm in my office. I've got oatmeal in one hand and I've got the Jira board open on my screen. And I'm already moving. My under the desk treadmill is humming beneath my feet. It's a new habit I'm trying to start this year to get more steps in. A podcast is playing in the background, something offbeat, a little spiritual. Brenda Turner is talking about aliens, actually. I'm half listening. Mostly I'm working. Nothing feels profound until it happens. I jolt. My body pulls me, literally pulls me off of that treadmill. I don't know why. I don't ask any questions in the moment. I just walk straight across the room and I reach for my phone. I click as I'm picking it up, screenshot. I haven't even looked at it yet, but when I do, I notice that it's a slide from the podcast that had been playing. A message that I didn't fully hear when it was passing, but my body did. It says, dance with your ideas every single day. That's when the chills hit me. Full body, deep, total chills. And suddenly I know this isn't just a coincidence. This is the response. For weeks, I'd been circling this word, dance. It came up when I was journaling through some big questions I'd been having recently. Questions about purpose, creativity, what I'm really here to do. That morning, I had landed on 4 words that felt like a personal blueprint for me. Dream, dance, design, develop. In dance, such a strange choice. I didn't know why it stood out to me, but it did. It felt like subconscious and, historic. It just stayed with me for whatever reason. And now, moving forward into this moment, this is the moment something deep inside of me, something I would later call my creative center, finally spoke to me. It's not subtle, it is undeniable. I don't return to the treadmill, I just pace around my room, stunned, smiling, crying a little bit, trying to understand what just happened, not mentally, but physically, because something had changed. I feel it. I'm no longer visiting that part of me. I am in it, rooted, centered, still. And for the first time in my life, I realize I've never actually been living from the place that I was meant to live from. Most people never realize it, but your awareness, your seat of consciousness, can actually shift. You can live your whole life behind your eyes, believing that that's where you are, and never know that there's another place. For me, that shift was physical. I felt my awareness drop into the center of my chest. just behind my lungs, in front of my spine. It was the same place I breathe into when I'm meditating, the place I now recognize as my creative center. But I don't think it has to be there necessarily for everyone. Maybe yours is different. Maybe it's higher or lower or deeper. The only thing that matters is that it's yours and that it feels true to you. You'll know it when you find it, because the moment your awareness lands there, everything quiets and the world starts to move differently around you. That moment for me wasn't just peaceful, it wasn't just spiritual, it was actually correct. Like something had snapped into alignment. A place that had been misaligned for years, really. Most of my adult life, probably. I wasn't lost anymore in this moment. I was home. If you're still watching, there's probably something inside you stirring right now. A quiet knowing. A sense that you too have been living from your head, navigating, calculating, narrating, without ever really asking, is this where I'm supposed to be? Well, that's how it felt for me too. Until the moment that question answered itself, and everything changed. But here's the thing, this isn't the beginning, and it's not the end either. It's simply the moment you realize there's more waiting for you than you've ever allowed yourself to feel. So if you're ready to trace that shift, to see where it all began, go back. Watch this next video. If it's your first experience, enjoy it. If you've seen it before and you've still found yourself searching, you just might see it differently now.